Not denying that Trump is doing good things. I'm not a huge supporter of Trump. I mean, I support Trump in a lot of ways, definitely do. And I also use Trump just to piss people off because they're so fragile these days. And real quick, being that I'm a veteran and I'm a veteran and stuff, like one of the things that I realize that us veterans have to go through is, I mean, we're forced to motivate ourselves. And the thing is that it becomes like the force isn't really needed after a certain point, and that is how we're brainwashed. Is that when we're motivated, and nothing's going to stop the motivation. That's the brainwashing that they instill in us in the military, and I think a lot of you know public positions and whatnot, and you know so that can either be a good thing or a bad thing. People have tried to associate that attribute towards me in a negative way when I've purely and completely have demonstrated the exact other. But what I want to go over now after my preamble, brace yourself for the Great Reset, and this is from Forbes, and it was done on um, May, May 31st, 2017, last year. And the thing is, I've been saying this like for years now that Trump was going to bankrupt the world essentially. He's the master of bankruptcy. So we are coming to a period I call the Great Reset by John Molden. As it hits, we have to deal with the largest twin bubbles in the history of the world. One of those bubbles is global debt, especially government debt. The other is even larger bubble of government promises. The promises add up to hundreds of trillions of dollars. That's vastly larger than global GDP. These are real problems we must face. It will mean forging a new social contract. It will also require changes to taxes and economy. I believe that within the next 5 to 10 years, we have to end the debt and government promises. Well, very coincidentally enough, that 2017, so he's talking about, 2020, 20, to 2026, essentially, and, around this time, and, or 2025, and, what it just happens to be, because Trump's going to win the next election. I promise you that. And this is something that we're going to have to deal with. Or that's something, we see that's what he's preparing for. Part of the reason why we're building up our military and everything, because while we go through these negotiations, we're going to have to, do something else. And that's why there's this, also this, resource war. And well, shit. Oh, problem now. And I like see that this is, reasons why we're heading for a global reset. That's what I typed in. And you know, that, so what I'm gonna back this up by is the resource war. And that's part of the reason why China is colonizing uh, Africa. The thing is that with the melting ice caps and everything of that nature, where like people are trying to determine new borders because of the Northwest Passage essentially has happened, and there's a tremendous amount of resources available, and I say that's Um, check this one out. So there's, and then, actually, let me put in the. Oops. Let's see. Excuse me. Russia's Russia, USA, military, military, um, North Pole. Russia's military buildup in Arctic has USA watching closely. Russia is building up its Arctic military presence in NATO should be worried, says new report. What stakes are, with the Russia's military buildup? See, there's all these crazy things, that people aren't really paying attention to, and and I would say that all sides have Trump delusion syndrome due to the fact that they are ignoring key facts of the economy. And the thing is that we can't keep ignoring these facts. So like and it's what are we going to do about it? Well, we'll trigger the next recession. Go to Bloomberg. Cause probably will be something few people worry about. Economy has been growing since the last recessions and ended in June 2009, making expansion the second longest in the post-war era. But something inevitably, well, we're not in post-war. We're not after any wars. We're still in wars. We've never left war. So let's see the economy. How likely recession is over the next 12 months at the high low. Should be skeptical recession being imminently on the horizon for two reasons. First, the Federal Reserve. If you have the point, only consistent thing of a recession over the past few days, it's the Fed over tightening intervention leading to an investment or credit contract. While the Fed has been increasing rates at a pace of 0.25% per quarter, interest rates aren't yet neutral. They'll probably get there, and that's what I'm saying, because I believe we have, I know we at least have one more rate increase. And the thing is that the next recession is going to happen. I just said Trump is going to get elected and in 2020, and the thing is that I'm more than certain he will. And the thing is that he's postponing the recession until after the election, and that's when things are going to hit. So either it's going to happen beforehand, which is going to be really crazy, or it's going to happen afterwards, which is going to be even crazy. Just as crazy. So, but yeah. Anyways, the Federal Reserve, is supposed to raise it maybe up to 0.5% by the end of the year, at least another 0.25, and This should have happened years ago. We should have been, but they've sadly patched holes into the, impending bubble, and continue to inflate it, which is not really that it's not that good. So you know, like I said, that's part of the reason why it's gonna happen. But all right, y'all, take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong. Love y'all, and this is the recorder, and yeah, peace.